When I found out that Catrice Cosmetics has released new makeup products, I couldn't resist and I placed an order. So I have here the new Pro Slim eyeshadow palette. This one is in Desert Romance, and this is a preview of the eyeshadows that we have. I'm very excited. We also have some mascara products, a new mascara and also a base that I have never tried by Catrice. We have two new blushes formulas, and one of them is matte, the other is glowy. And I also want to try some new brow products, some primers and lip products. Basically, I'm gonna try a full face of Catrice products. Headband on. I'm gonna start off with these two new primers. This one is the Clean ID Vitamin C Fresh Glow Primer, and the other one is the Mattifier Oil Control Primer. These were released previously this year, and I'm very curious to try them side by side. So the first primer is gonna be this one. It claims that it can hydrate, nourish and revitalize the skin for a fresh glow. This one doesn't contain silicones, microplastic particles and parabens. It has a very pleasant scent of oranges. The texture is silicone-y, and I'm going to add this on this side of my face. It's very spreadable. I'm curious if it is gonna be extra glowy. My skin now is a little bit less glowy than it was before. I still have a very natural glow. Somehow it is blurring a little bit the pores on my cheeks. It's not very sticky, and let's continue with the other primer. This one is designed to minimize shine, reduce pores optically, and make your face makeup long wearing. It claims to be lightweight, oil-free. This one has a thicker consistency. I'm curious how much product I will need to apply. It is almost odorless, but it has a very light chemical scent. It's not as spreadable as the previous primer, and I need 2 pumps for one side of my face. It definitely gives a matte finish. I want to add just a little bit more on my cheeks to see if I can completely blur this area. I think it works. Also, I like that the product is buildable and you can add some more. It's not tightening on my face, and also it is almost not sticky. The only difference that I can see between these two primers is that the Vitamin C Clean ID is just a tiny bit glowier, and the mattifier can blur a little bit more the pores on the cheeks. So far the primers are promising, and let's continue with a foundation that I have tried a lot. And this one is the True Skin Hydrating Foundation in the shade 20 Warm Beige, and this is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I have tried it in a different video if you want to see the wear test. As far as I know, they don't have a new foundation. That's why I'm using this one. They have a new concealer that I actually ordered, and we're gonna see how that goes. And then I'm taking this Catrice sponge and also some of the product to blend the foundation. The coverage of this foundation is medium to full, and it gives a very natural matte finish. So if you have dry skin, you're gonna love this product. They also have the True Skin Concealer and Powder, and those are amazing products as well. Basically, I like all of the True Skin products. I forgot to use before the primers this lip balm here, and it is the Lip Loving Nourishing Lip Balm. I got it in the shade 30 I Cherish You. It looks like a lipstick, and this is the color. So I decided to get a darker shade because I wanted to give color to my lips. Oh, it's very sheer. It doesn't give much color. I thought it would be a little darker. Also, the scent is not so pleasant. It smells a little bit plasticky. I really don't like the scent. Also the taste. It is lightweight, and also it gives a very healthy glow to the lips. I'm gonna let it on my lips for the rest of the video. Let's continue with the concealer. This one is the Cover Care Plus Sensitive Concealer. It is fragrance free. I got it in the shade 2 Neutral. We have a doe foot applicator. It is very thin. Let's see how it works. Oops. It seems like it is very spreadable. For the foundation shade, most likely the concealer is lighter. I'm blending with the same sponge. Okay, this is definitely not my shade. It's not easy to find your shade online. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more because I can still see some of my veins. It has a more lightweight formula than the True Skin Concealer. It doesn't cover the inner part of my eyes that usually is more intense. I think the concealer has medium coverage, not full. If you want fuller coverage for your concealer, I suggest the True Skin Concealer by Catrice. The nice thing with the Cover and Care Sensitive Concealer is that it is super easy to blend. It looks smooth on the skin and it's not fast absorbing or fast setting, basically, not absorbing. I want to see if it is oxidizing. Yeah, it's not my color. The formula is a little bit slippery. You don't feel that on the eyes. I'm blending a little bit with the side that I have applied to the foundation just to make the concealer more human-like. I'm gonna set it with the True Skin Mineral Loose Powder by Catrice Cosmetics, and this one is in transparent matte. It doesn't crease a lot and that makes it very easy to set. Let's see if it is oxidizing. I think it gets lighter, which is very weird because it was darker. Also in the beginning it has a warmer undertone and it gets cool toned. Okay. It doesn't have the coverage that I need, but if you don't have so intense discolorations, maybe this one can work for you. Also I have noticed that my skin is looking very smooth, especially on the eyelid. I'm adding some of the powder, and I'm talking about the True Skin Loose Setting Powder by Catrice in my latest top 5 makeup products under $10 if you want to see more close-ups. The foundation did increase a lot on both of the sides. They don't have a new bronzer or contouring product, so I'm gonna be using what I have. And this one is the Clean ID Mineral Bronzer. It is vegan with SPF 15. I have the shade 10 Light Medium. This one has a super beautiful marble effect on the packaging. And I'm going to bronze my cheekbones, the chin, and also the forehead. This bronzer gives a very nice matte finish and also a warmer color. For the bronzer, I like applying and also blending into my hair with a smaller brush. This one is actually a blending brush by e.l.f. I'm going to define just a tiny bit the nose to give it some shape. You can also do that with a bigger, fluffier brush if you just want some color on the nose. Up next we have two new blushes, and this is the Air Blush Glow in the shade 10 Coral Sky, and I also have here the Air Blush Matte in the shade 110 Peach Heaven. I'm very curious to swatch them and see if they actually have a different finish because they look very similar to me just in the packaging. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Blush Glow, and we have a lighter shade, so I'm guessing you're just mixing everything together. The color is very pretty. I don't see a very glowy blush here. It has a very subtle glow in the swatches, so let's see with the brush now and on the cheeks. I will try to take all of the colors. It gives a light corally color and it's not super glowy. I'm applying a tiny bit more so you can see the color. It is very soft on the skin and it looks natural. So let's go to the other one. I'm cleaning the brush. You know, I'm going to take a clean brush. Got one! I want to be fair to the blushes, and I'm taking another angle brush by Essence. Yeah, this is definitely a more mattifying blush and it has a super beautiful color. I know they look very similar, but this is a light peachy and this is a light corally. I like both of the colors a lot. So let's take a close-up to the blush. This one gives a soft matte finish and I really like it on my cheeks. I think I'm gonna buy more shades of this one. And also, the color is more opaque for the matte formula. I think the problem with this one is that you need to mix the colors. So I'm going to add both of the blushes on my nose. If you like blushes with a more intense glow, you can also try the oil infused blush by Catrice. That one is super gorgeous on the cheeks. Both of the blushes are buildable and blendable. Also, they are smooth on the skin. And I'm gonna take the matte formula with a fluffy brush because I want to add some color on the under eye area. It looks very whitish because of the concealer. Now let's continue with some brow products. They have new brow soaps, a spray, a brush, also powders. I will try to use all of them and I'm hoping for a good brow day. The first product that I have here is the Brow Fix Soap Stylist, and this is in the shade 60 Cool Brown. So this is a brow soap with color, and I also got this powder set. It is the brow powder set. It is waterproof and it is in the shade 20 Ash Brown. To activate the brow soap, I'm gonna be using the Bank Boom Brow Face and Brow Fixing Spray. And they also have a new brow brush, this one here, and one side is a spoolie, the other one is to shape the brows. It is called Duo Brow Lift Brush. I'm gonna start with the fixing spray and the brow soap. We have a protective sticker here. I also want to use this brush and the spoolie. So I'm taking the spray and I'm going to add some in the corner. Oops, you need to do that on your table. Then I'm mixing with the spoolie to create the paste. I think the spoolie has very harsh bristles. I'm cleaning my brows with a Q-tip first. Usually I have foundation on them, concealer. I think I have enough product on the spoolie. I'm not sure this brush is gonna work. And I'm just brushing the product upwards. I think the color is a little bit warmer in undertone. I'm not liking it. It started setting, so I will be fast with the shaping. With the other side of the brush, I will try to shape. It definitely removed some of the concealer. Okay, so I want to let it dry. I'm actually surprised it worked. I'm trying to make it set a little bit faster because it is still sticky. Moving on to the brow powder set because I want to set this brow. We have a super tiny brush. I don't know. Okay, I will try to use it. I'm going to mix these two colors together. The lighter is very light for me. The darker is very dark. Oops, yeah, the dark is very dark. This angle brush is very stiff. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills brow brush. On one side it is an angle brush, on the other we have a spoolie. Oops. That's a lot of coverage for the brow product. You definitely need a light hand. The brow soap still is not set. Is this a good thing, a bad thing? I think it looks natural. It is very similar to my color here. I'm taking now the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer. This one is in the shade 30 Light Honey. I'm going to add some on the back of my hand. Then with the Benefit brush, I'm going to clean and outline the shape of the brows. I definitely have brows that I can go out and see my friends. Okay, I'm very excited. I wasn't expecting for the brow fix to work on my brows. For the other brow, I'm gonna start with the powder and then with the brow soap. And I'm taking again the same color. I'm starting first with the highest part, with the arch here. I'm trying to cover the gaps of the lower part of my brow. I think the coverage of these powders is insanely good. And I can see myself using just the powder and maybe clear brow gel on top of it as well. In the inner part of the brow, I'm using the lighter shade. I really like the powders. For the sake of the review, I'm gonna be using the Brow Fix also on top of the powders. I have never done this before, so wish me luck. I'm going to activate again this side. I'm not certain if I can show this. Oops, oh my god. That's always always a bad idea. And now I'm mixing and I'm just brushing again upwards. The product seems to be applied without any issues. Okay, let's clean that up with the other side of the brush. It definitely gave volume to my brows. I'm adding some concealer here. The powders have very nice color payoff. The brow soap was super easy to use. The fixing spray worked so well with the brow soap, also with the brush. However, the brow soap is still sticky, so I'm curious to see in a few hours if my brows are gonna stay in place. Super amazing brow products, and I have removed the lip balm because I also want to try this lip gloss. It is the Lip Jam Hydrating Lip Gloss by Catrice. I got it in the shade 20 Straw Baby. Ooh, it smells amazing. It has a very natural strawberry scent, and the lip gloss is very reflective. The consistency is a little bit thicker. It reminds me of the Clear MAC lip gloss. So, oh no, it is tricky. Maybe I have applied a lot of lip gloss. I'm curious about the color. It has a sticky consistency. On the lips it's not sticky, but you need to be careful with the quantity that you apply. It has a light pink color. On the lips it looks very clear. And let's continue with the eyeshadow palette. Dun dun dun. At first glance I like the color story because we don't have similar eyeshadows like with the Hint of Mint palette. This one here. I have tried this one in the previous Catrice video. You can also find it in the description box. The eyeshadows in the swatches are looking phenomenal. I can't wait to start using this palette. I'm gonna start off with eyeshadow Eden. We have some fallout. I'm gonna try and use the mirror of the palette. I think it's very small. This one has very nice color payoff. My issue is that it is very powdery. I'm buffing this into the crease so it can be the base for all of my other eyeshadows. I want to darken up the outer crease, so I'm taking this eyeshadow. It is called Spice. This eyeshadow is also super soft. You need a light hand. I don't like that I can't control how much product I have on the brush. Don't get me wrong, I like when I have pigmented eyeshadows, but I want to make my life easier as well. I'm trying very gently to take the product. I'm using a smaller blending brush to give more definition to my eyes. Then I'm picking up eyeshadow Wild Love, and this one is like a dark burgundy brown shade with a matte finish. These colors are representative of the fall and the leaves on the trees, and I'm also blending on the eyelid because I don't want to have harsh lines in the crease. That blended beautifully. Let's see what other eyeshadows we have. I want to see how Romance looks on my eyes. I'm adding this on the outer eyelid and I'm trying to blend it into the lashes. Okay, so I have changed the brush. Now I have an eyeshadow brush because it is a lot easier to work with a flat brush on the eyelid. And I'm blending the edges now. This is an eyeshadow brush by Essence. And I just want to create a base for the shimmery eyeshadows. With the other side of the same brush, I'm gonna take this eyeshadow and it is called Sandstorm. It doesn't look very nice with the brush. I'm going to take some with my fingertip. Yeah. Now we can see the sheen. I need to go find my sponge tip applicators again. So just a sec. Oh, they are here. They are here next to me. I'm going in the very inner corner now. With the brush, I'm just blending the product because I think it added a little bit of texture with the sponge tip applicator. So I'm going to add just with my fingertip on the other eye. Now I have noticed that we have this eyeshadow here. It is called Dune and I want to use it on the brow bone and the outer part of the crease. It can definitely give a smoother effect. Of course, now I made the eyeshadows lighter. Here we have the eyeshadow Camel, which is a beautiful light brown shade. And with this one, I want to define the outer part of the lower eye. Oh, it is gorgeous. Super pretty. I ended up applying this shade all over the lower eye. This is maybe my favorite eyeshadow of the palette. With the sponge tip applicator, I'm taking eyeshadow Paradise and I'm going to apply this in the inner part of the lower eye. It's not a very reflective eyeshadow, you also need to apply it with your fingertip or a sponge tip applicator, and I think it intensifies the fine lines of the eyes. I also want to try this rich dark chocolatey eyeshadow. It is called Smoke, and with this one I want to deepen out the outer crease. I love what happened here. It looks very soft. It is a super dark eyeshadow. You need a tiny bit. Also, I have a tissue paper here and I was dotting the excess product. With the side of the eyeshadow brush, I'm also going to define the outer part of the lower eye. You can also use a smudging brush if you have. I can't find mine, most probably they are dirty and I need to wash them again. It blends so easily. To highlight the inner corner, I'm taking this beautiful champagne eyeshadow. The name is Golden Hour. I would prefer if this eyeshadow was a little bit lighter. The color story is stunning and I really like it. I think all of the eyeshadows go very well with each other. You can create so many eye looks. Now about the formula, the matte eyeshadows have kickbacks, so you need to be very careful with your brushes. The eyeshadows are very blendable, super soft on the eyes. The shimmery eyeshadows are very rich in color, but you need to apply them with your fingertip or with a sponge tip applicator. Also, you need to be careful not to apply a lot because they can intensify the texture of the eyes. The packaging is very slim and elegant. Also, it comes with a mirror, but it is super small. It's not easy to use while doing your eye look, and you can see we have so much space here, so the sticker should have been smaller because the mirror is here. I can feel it on the edges. I will definitely use this palette again because I want to do something with this beautiful yellow matte shade. Let's continue now with some mascaras. I have here the Super Prime Mascara Base and also the Lift Up Volume and Lift Mascara. I'm gonna start off with the Super Prime Mascara Base. It says it is a caring grey colored lash primer for extra curl and defined volume. So I'm gonna be using this on one eye, then I'm gonna apply the mascara on both eyes. So we're going to see if the base actually works. It doesn't smell, that's nice. I'm starting with the lower eye. It makes my lashes lighter in color. It doesn't say on the packaging if I should let it dry and then apply the mascara. It uplifts the lashes. It's not noticeable so much because it is grayish. It defines the lashes very nicely. I'm super curious how it is gonna work with the mascara. I want to check their website and see what it says because I'm not sure. Should I wait or not? We need to let it dry and then apply the mascara. I'm not sure if you can see the primer on my lashes. It is dry, so it's time for the mascara. This brush is bigger for my eyes and it definitely helped the primer because it had already uplifted my lashes, so I didn't have to go very close to my eye with this big applicator. It would be nice if they also had like recommendations which mascaras work better with the primer. Let's go to the other eye. I'm gonna be using only the mascara. It is a lot easier to apply the product without any primer on the lashes. This mascara works better without the primer. We can see a lot more volume on the left eye. Let's do the Q-tip test now because I have touched my face again. Okay, it doesn't stain the skin, but I have also applied a very small amount of the mascara, so be careful with this one. It says it is super waterproof. It is a fast drying formula. Definitely don't stop layering until you have the volume that you want. This mascara can definitely lift up the lashes, but if you want a more uplifting effect, you can use it with the primer. With the primer, the lashes are just a tiny bit smoother. I like this mascara for the volume and this one for the eye-opening effect. Not bad. And up next I have some lip products. So I'm gonna remove the lip gloss. This one here is the Shine Bomb lipstick in the shade 80 Scandalous Pink. And let's see. Ooh, oh. super beautiful. This one has a nice saturation of color and a shiny finish. It smells like raspberries. Yeah, it is a very light scent. And here I have the Melting Kiss Glow Stick in the shade 60 Crazy Over You. Okay, nice name. I think this one has a sheer formula. It is super glossy as well. I also decided to get the Plumping Lip Liner Maxi Lip in the shade 140 Stay Elegant, and I think this one is gonna look very nice with this lipstick. Yeah, I'm going to be using this too. I'm gonna outline the lips and also fill them in. This lip pencil is so creamy. You don't have to apply all over the lips. On top of that, I'm gonna add the Melting Kiss. The lipstick has a balmy consistency. It is a little bit thicker. It is so glossy. We have here a super affordable lip combo for the holidays, am I right? And you can also use this palette and do a magenta eye look and apply this lipstick. A quick update about the brows. The brow soap, as you can see, cannot hold my brow hair in place. That's disappointing. So I'm thinking maybe I should use it with a different spray. Also about the primers. Oh, this mascara has followed. Okay, keep that in mind. About the primers, they look very similar with the foundation. This is supposed to be mattifying and oil controlling. I don't really see that. On the other side, I think I have less glow. Let me know in the comments which products are your favorites. Mine are definitely the Air Blush Matte and also the Brow Powder Set. I have also tried the new Essence products. You can find the video here.